My name is Nalita Bill. I have a question for you. Have you or a loved one ever been the victim of bullying? In today's world, many people have experienced bullying in one way or another, both personally and professionally. Abraham Lincoln once said, I would rather be a little nobody than to be an evil somebody. In this speech, I will talk about bullying. The subjects and or issues that I will cover include the definition of bullying, its various forms, and its warning signs. The effects of bullying can include anxiety and depression, heightened feelings of melancholy and isolation, altered eating and sleeping habits, and a lack of interest in once enjoyed activities. I want to start by explaining what bullying is. According to American Psychological Association, bullying is a type of aggressive behavior in which someone purposely and persistently cause harm or discomfort to another person. The act of bullying might be verbal, physical, or more subtle, cited by American Psychological Association. One instance of bullying would be someone making fun of you, calling you names, or harming your property, to mention a few, because of your appearance, your speech, or your social standing. Because no one likes to be perceived as weak or a pushover for others to exploit, bullying may frequently be humiliating experience that people choose to keep hidden. Bullying types constitute the second point. There are several different forms of bullying. Bullying comes in various forms, including verbal, physical, social, and cyberbullying. Bullying, for instance, can be triggered by the bully's poor self-esteem, envy, or jealousy of someone else with whom they compare themselves. Bullying might happen in traffic, at an event, or during or after school. Bullying occurs most frequently on school property, on the bus, or on the playground. The young person may experience it in their neighborhood, on the internet, known as cyberbullying, or while traveling to or from school. What are the telltale indications of bullying? Is my last point. Bullying doesn't have a single telltale sign, but you should be on the lookout for all forms of bullying. When you write or say hurtful things like name calling, teasing, taunting, and threaten to hurt someone, that is considered verbal bullying. The second type of bullying is social bullying, also known as relationship bullying, and it entails damaging someone's reputation. The third type of bullying is a physical bullying, which includes shoving, tripping, or punching someone to cause harm to their body or belongings. Lastly, by sending, publishing, and disseminating hurtful, malicious, or deceptive content about another person or their private information is known as cyberbullying. Although bullying can happen to both adults and children, it usually occurs in childhood as an impact on the child as an adult. The likelihood of depression, anxiety disorder, suicidality, as well as cognitive function, socioeconomic status, relationships, and well-being are all negatively impacted in adulthood when parents report that their child was bullied between the ages of 7 and 11, cited by Flower et al. 2024. In conclusion, everyone is aware that bullying can have a negative psychological impact on them. It can have long-lasting impact on your mental health, regardless of whether you are the victim or the offender. Important issues to address while discussing bullying include what bullying is, the varieties of bullying, and the indications of bullying. One thing to think about should bullying be illegal? The seriousness of the offense makes me to believe that it should. We must address bullying and offer preventive solutions to counteract its long-term repercussions, taking into account the painful and harmful implications that bullying can have in relation to suicide. In general, whether you are the victim or the perpetrator, I believe that to overcome any difficulties related to bullying, etc., you must have a godly connection with the Most High God. To conclude, I would like to quote the following. We explain when someone is cruel or acts like a bully, you do not stoop to their level. Making constructive changes and moving past previous hurts and requires bravery. I'm reminded by a verse in the Bible that says, I can do anything through Christ Jesus that strengthens me. I appreciate you taking the time to hear my speech.